as I'm saying here, guys, I'm in fact a gun guy, but I'm not going to sit here and kind of agree with him in the context of saying this chambered in 9mm is the same as this chambered in 9mm. 5 guns the government doesn't want you to have. This is coming from the channel Iraq Veteran 8888. All right, let's check it out. Let's jump into it, guys. Let's see where this video takes us. This is a suggestion via a channel member.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Barry from Moss Pawn and Gun. And today...
Moss Pawn and Gun? Do I know you? Moss Pawn and Gun. I think that's in Georgia. I've been there. He looks familiar now, guys. All right, let's...
Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Barry from Moss Pawn and Gun.
Eric
and today we thought we'd hit you with another 5 guns video. I know these have been very popular. You guys have enjoyed them, so we want to make more. And we were kind of thinking the other day, like, hey, what would be a good idea for a 5 guns video? And we came up with the idea, you know, what would be 5 guns? I know there's a lot of them that the government, you know, wouldn't want you to have.
But what would be the 5 they would go after first?
Yeah, I mean, what are the top 5 guns that the government would just hate the idea of you having? I know that a lot of people in the government are very anti-gun. You know, they're anti-semi-automatic, modern sporting rifles, so on and so forth. So what would they be and why? So let's discuss them.
Well, not only the guns that the 5 guns they would not want you to have, but also the most evil-looking guns that the media jumps all over.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly the case. I mean, sometimes it comes down to what the media thinks is some evil, scary-looking gun, and
or things that have basically been like overused, specifically in Hollywood.
Sometimes the aesthetics and appearance of a gun, you know, people think that it's automatically more deadly or whatever.
It's not.
This just isn't the case. I mean, you can't go by the way a firearm looks.
No.
But unfortunately, the media tends to pick up on a lot of that, and the government does too. I mean, a lot of politicians, you know, may put forth anti-gun legislation based solely on the cosmetic appearance of a given firearm.
Well, like example, guys, like if you are someone who carries a gun on a regular basis, I do. But if you are someone who carries a gun on a regular basis, and then you start modifying your gun in a way that it looks even more menacing than it did when you purchased it, right? If that makes any sense here, then they're most likely not going to believe nothing you're saying. Okay, they're just not. I mean, why would they? They think that you are like an avid gun guy. Okay, if you're the avid gun guy, then you're just waiting to use it, right? Like that's basically how the lawyer is going to dump it on you, bro. That's the reality here. Do not heavily modify specifically the aesthetic of your firearm. If you want to start changing triggers and things like that, and guards and all types of things specifically, do your thing, right? Just do not make it more aesthetically menacing. Let's just say that there.
Well, the news media survives on keywords, cliches, assault weapon.
Of course.
They play on that because it catches your ear when you hear it.
Well, let's show them 5 awesome guns. Now, these are great guns, okay? We're not saying that, I mean, believe me, I am pro-gun as hell. I don't want any of this stuff to ever get banned. I don't want them coming after my stuff. I mean, I love my AKs and ARs.
Absolutely.
Show that AR there on the end.
Well, we've got a mean-looking AR down here.
And, of course, the ARs are always one of the things that the government's always going to want to try to go for.
Right.
They hate ARs. You know, they hate us having them.
Is that a 90-degree grip? I mean...
Got the little bipod on it.
Really?
Yep.
Now, 30-round magazine. We've got the EOTech law enforcement sight on top, flashlight.
Backup sights.
Most sights.
I have this exact sight on my AR.
There's your basic evil AR.
Yeah, it looks evil.
And, you know, because it looks scary and cool, you know, it's automatically more deadly than something that's not.
Right.
We've got, next going down the line, we've got a 12-gauge Saiga with a drum. It also has the EOTech military law enforcement sight on it.
Great gun.
Great gun.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
That's actually a conversion that Ray did. He's very high speed when it comes to converting Saigas. This one's actually got a folding mech with one of the little short billet aluminum stocks.
Quad rail.
A lot of upgrades, yeah, quad rail, 15-round drum. So this is a semi-automatic 12-gauge that can shoot 15 shots in under 3 seconds.
Now remember, folks, all these guns are available at Moss Pawn.
Yeah, I actually was funny enough. I didn't know that this was the place that I would regularly frequent. This is about an hour or so away from me. And I would regularly go to this location to specifically see their used selection of guns, right? Because, listen, a used AK-47, I'm buying it. Okay, I don't care, right? I'm not going to go specifically chase a brand new gun, and they have a gigantic selection. I am not trying to promote this business. I don't even know if it's still there. I haven't been out there in like 2 years, right? But the thing is that I definitely bought my my semi-auto, like bullpup styled shotgun from them specifically, guys, because they have the stuff, bro.
Yes, absolutely. One of the other firearms that we've got in recently is the Tavor. All right, this is the IWI Tavor.
IWI?
Bullpup,
Israel?
Semi-automatic sporting rifle. Takes standard AR-15 pattern magazines. This is something that we've got in new. The Tavors have only been out about 1.5 years or 2, so they're not quite as prevalent.
This is an old video, it has to be.
However, this is a good example of the type of guns that are out there that obviously the media looks at them and it's some scary looking bullpup. And obviously they're going to think, wow, that's futuristic, that's, frightening, and it's scary. So obviously it must be more deadly because it's so scary looking.
Right, it's not.
But
the same level
is just a modern sporting version of the Israeli Defense Force Tavor. And that's a Bullpup, 5.56 caliber carbine. Great gun.
Yeah, guys, that's literally the style of my shotgun.
It's got a 28 shot magazine with a
my
window
home defense
in it.
shotgun.
Yep.
But this gun is an excellent weapon. I'm sure all of you have heard of the gun.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What have we got last, Eric?
Well, I'll tell you what. We've got the AK-47. This is a Saiga conversion.
It's a full size.
This is actually another conversion that Ray put together. It's a standard Saiga rifle with the long barrel. We've threaded it for a break. It's got a Harris bipod. Okay. This particular gun we've actually outfitted with a custom SIG 550 handguard set that we made a custom bracket for everything to work with. It's got a extended magazine release, a MFT style grip, recoil comp stock. It's got a scope mount and again an EOTech on top. And this is an example of the type of guns that obviously politicians love going after these things because they're scary looking. And the thing about the AK-47 is that it's synonymous with bad guys. Everybody sees an AK, and what's the first thing they think?
Bad guy.
They think a bad guy.
Right.
But the truth is that this is a gun that many people in America are just going to take out and have fun with. We're going to shoot stuff, play around. It's not some...
Yeah, of course. And miss at least 20 out of the 30 shots.
Evil, crazy assault weapon like the media makes it out to be. It's just a sporting gun.
It hits hard, though.
Well, Barry, this is 4 guns. Where's the 5th one?
Well, I don't know. Where is it?
What do we have here?
I'll tell you what. We got one more gun. Now, if the government, had their way, I'm sure they would not want you to have this. All right, this is the king
is that a BMG?
of rifles. Okay.
What is that?
And this is produced by Model American.
It's the
Barrett M107.
A1.
Semi-automatic 50 caliber.
M107A1.
Anti-material rifle.
It's like 15.
10-shot semi-automatic. 50 BMG as quick as you can pull the trigger. 10 shots in the magazine. This is a bad boy right here. This particular gun. These are about $12,000 to $13,000.
This is a very old video. This has to be an old video, guys.
So, very expensive rifle. A little bit of weight. The earlier versions of the Barrett, obviously, very wonderful guns. But the M107 represents pretty much the pinnacle of big bore anti-material firepower.
Right.
In a very portable package. And
portable package? What do you mean by that?
This is something that, all right, get this. You're a citizen in the U.S. and you turn 18 years old. You can walk into a gun store and you can buy this, and no one will care.
If you've got the money, you can buy that gun.
If you got the money, more power to you.
I'm sure this is not Bloomberg approved.
Most certainly not Bloomberg approved.
Nothing is Bloomberg approved, bro. Nothing.
Yeah.
Get some.
Maybe one of those like burner pepperball guns, potentially.
That.
Can you not flag me, bro?
I love it.
Well, all right.
Folks,
we've got 5 guns here that I'm sure the government does not want you to have. And the bleeding hearts and the anti-gunners certainly don't want you to have.
Yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you were entertained by it. And check us out next time.
Yeah, hopefully, if anything, it was a good excuse to show you some awesome weaponry.
Right.
Definitely some awesome weaponry. And here's the thing. The term weaponry gets thrown around a lot when it comes to these types of firearms. It's a weapon. It's scary. It's some baby killer. It's some assault weapon. But at the end of the day, it's nothing more than a modern semi-automatic sporting rifle. Okay, you can go out and have fun with it, have fun with the kids, do a little shooting. It's no big deal. I mean, people have this misconception about gun owners in America that we're a bunch of crazy, weirdos or whatever. But a lot of people integrate these types of firearms into their family fun, into their plinking and training. Okay, and it's no different than any other gun. Just cosmetically, they do look a little scary, but they're no different than any other firearm.
Well, remember, folks, we've got a lot more guns here at Moss Pond, and pretty soon we'll be doing another gun tour. We've got a lot of new guns, and we need to get them in.
Okay, bro, I appreciate that last statement, but let's not play these games. I am, in fact, an outdoorsman. I have turned into that as I've aged. I'm from New York, right? None of these things make any sense to me growing up until I literally left New York and realized that, guys, I like the country better. I'm gonna be honest here. I ride gigantic Jeeps in the middle of the woods. I do some overlanding. I do camping. We do hunting, fishing. All of these things. I've come to realization that was real life the whole time. What the hell were we doing in the cities, guys? What is that? All right, I would never go back. I'm telling you, never. I would never go back. Right? And I'm saying all of this to say this here. I hear what he's trying to say towards the end here by saying that these are no more than like regular firearms, bro. Like, guys, wait a second. I always have. Okay, so for example, this is my EDC, right? This is a Canik TP9 Elite Combat, right? It's in FDE, right? And this is it here, okay? This here is chambered in 9mm, right? I hear what he's saying here, right? But hold on. This is my other EDC. This is basically my truck gun. This is a Ruger PC Charger. It's also chambered in 9mm with a 50-round drum and the ability to legitimately break down into three. Wait a second, guys. Hold on. And the ability to break down into 3 pieces. Okay. So now, look how small the footprint is. Let's say, all right, for something that legitimately is that with a 50-round drum. I get it. As I'm saying here, guys, I'm in fact a gun guy, but I'm not going to sit here and kind of agree with him in the context of saying this chambered in 9mm is the same as this chambered in 9mm. Okay, these are the level of me being able to put bullets down range and consistently stay on target with something that's completely mitigating the recoil is absolutely not the same. Okay, not all firearms are not built the same. But I understand the argument that the left makes kind of about guns themselves, though. All right, it is very easy for people to kind of come up on some of these things, and there are a lot of like sick-minded people. Okay, listen. In terms of like the people who I go hunting with, or I'm in the middle of the woods with, right, overlanding with, off-roading with, these type of people. They all have guns. They all have big guns. They consistently have gigantic guns. And I can tell you this right now, these are not the people who are out here trying to do the crazy, guys. All right? These are not those people. So there are people who love who need to have them, right? So for example, if I'm deep into the woods, I'm not bringing a 9mm. Like, that's just not going to happen. It's going to be some type of something based off of an AR platform, and specifically, it's going to be. So, for example, I have a AR-15 full size AR-15 that's chambered in 4.58 SOCOM, and that's basically going to pack up anything that's in the woods. All right, nothing is making it that is coming into camp. Okay, I'm just going to be honest here. If you come into my camp, it is done. Right, there's not a single thing is going to make it coming into my camp with a 4.58 SOCOM. Just look at the bullet size. Look at the difference between a 4.58 SOCOM and a 5.56, for example, or even a 7.62. I do understand why, for some people, specifically those who have never touched a gun, fired a gun, etc., they see these things and they think that they are incredibly menacing. But bro, I've never had a single gun get up and do something crazy. Okay. Never. I've never had a single one of my guns get up and do something wild, bro. Listen, guys, I've never had a single one of my blades, right? I've never had a single one of my blades get up and do anything wild, okay? And I mean this to the depths of me. I've never seen it happen, guys. This one here is for rectal use only, by the way. That's a joke. Relax. Right? But you get what I'm saying here, right? I've never had any of these tools get up and do something wild. So what's we're banning a tool? Are we banning hammers next? Guys, what about multi-tools because they have knives? What about that? Guys. Either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll catch you guys later.